completely revolutionized the way we conduct business and connect with people from around the world, from AI technologies to the increasing use of robotics. What can we expect in the digital landscape for this year? Joining us this morning is Carlisle Grant, the Managing Director of Digital Danes. Good morning to you, sir.
Morning.
Always good to see you. Carlisle, we were just talking a while ago. I say, boy, I can't keep up. Last year was just a whole heap of things happening. Every minute you feel like, boy, you know, I have a handle on this thing. Here comes something else, right?
Yeah.
In terms of the trends from last year, we saw an increase in the AI.
Right.
Yeah, for different things. And people got introduced to things like ChatGPT, and it kind of took over our lives. Let's talk about the trends that we saw.
All right, so we saw an increase in video content, and we'll continue to see that coming into this year. A lot of people are more gravitated to podcasts, video podcasting. You notice an upsurge in that short-form content, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels, and then some people also like longer forms of content, not too long. So you see more and more people gravitating to video content and less to static content like graphics and stuff. I think it has to do a lot with attention span, but also just the barrier to entry in terms of creativity and access to, everybody has a phone with high quality cameras, so it's easier to take up your phone and communicate a message.
But in terms of the most revolutionary piece of technology, what would you credit it to?
I would credit it to AI, artificial intelligence. As you mentioned before, there was an upsurge in its use. I mean, we all use ChatGPT today, but AI isn't something that's going to take over our life. It's something to assist us, that tool. So I think a lot of us have been using it to assist us and has been using it to assist us in managing time, assist us in certain things that you would take probably 2 hours to do. Even though you can do it, it's a simple thing with AI, with technology to help you to be more efficient. So that has been, and then also voice search, social search, AI search. Now you can just use your voice to say, hey, ChatGPT, I need 3 ideas for this. And it will just easily give you a prompt. Because
it comes connected, especially with the Apple phones, with the Siri option, right?
Alexa, Siri, and different voice commands.
But Carlisle, if we are to be very honest, though, a lot of the anxiousness around AI is because of this level of efficiency, where human beings were being engaged and employed to do certain things, and now when we have AI, we're seeing persons losing jobs, if we are to be honest, because now we have the efficiency of AI, we have a turnaround time that's way more effective than us here as human beings trying to navigate those waters. So there is a concern that it's not supposed to take over our lives, but it's taking our positions in the field of business.
I mean, there's no field that jobs will become obsolete. I mean, what I would say to persons is to try not to let it leave you behind. Try to learn as much about AI as possible, but also remember that AI, even though it's taking jobs, it will never take away the human element, the human factor. It can never have emotions. It can never have that creative human thinking that we have. So I think that should bring you a little bit of peace, and so that you can be strategic in how you align yourself with this, because it's not going anywhere. So the better you understand it and align yourself to it, is the better you will be in the job space, in just staying relevant in whichever field that you're in.
Because it's fellow human beings like you and I who are informing the AI as well, giving it information.
Right, because it goes off our prompts and what it learns, machine learning, what it learns from us. So, I mean, it can't do without us.
As the technology develops so rapidly, are we leaving behind those who are still even navigating just email services, because we do, it seems to me sometimes when I, take a look at the space that or more mature people or elders are being left behind because of how fast and rapid the technology is changing.
Well, I mean, that's just the truth. And I think it happens in every generation, unfortunately. That's why it's just, I always try to tell older persons, I mean, even if you don't understand the complexities of, you know, what the young kids are doing, the TikToks, all of these things, just at least try to understand the foundational aspects so you're not left behind. You can still be part of a conversation. You can learn something. You have that open mind to learn. If you don't have an open mind to learn or want to be a student of life, you will definitely get left behind. And it's very unfortunate to see at times, but I do encourage persons a lot that, hey, just please just try to understand it as much as you can.
All right, so let's look at some of the trends that will be coming up for this year. And this is January, guys. This will possibly change come next month, right? You mentioned video content, and you talked about the short and long form content, the video podcasts coming up. In terms of commerce, we're finding that TikTok is now the place to go on and sell your stuff. Tell us about the other trends that will be coming up.
All right, so as you mentioned, the TikTok shop. I think what we're going to see a lot of this year is interactive live selling. So you would have seen it with certain brands like stores. They would do live demos, walkthroughs of their store on live, showcase like some haberdasheries, some furniture stores. They'd go through and show you the couch, show you the this, and persons would interact online. I think it's more of a demonstrable option where people can see it in real time and can interact and they can make a purchase. In Jamaica, I'm not so certain of how integrated the shopping aspect is yet, but I know that you can make purchases through TikTok Shop, Instagram, Facebook. So I'm hoping that those platforms will allow us this year to be able to do that, and I'm certain there'll be an upsurge in sales for brands. So I think live selling, social commerce is going to be a big thing.
When you say allow us, meaning there is a barrier still for payment processing?
I would think so. I think being a third world country, we're a little bit behind. There's this rule of thumb that if there's something out in the first world, we're about 2 or so years behind. But the good thing, and I think even for Jamaica, we're blessed where eventually we do get it, because there are many places that don't have certain features for certain platforms, but eventually we do get it. So I'm just hoping that this year we can.
All right, let's talk about the influencer culture, because we are big on that here in Jamaica. Micro and nano influencers, they say that those will be the real highlight of the year.
There's going to be a boom for micro and nano influencers.
And explain those for us, for persons who don't know what those are.
I mean, the figures vary, but by definition, a nano influencer would be someone who has under 10,000 followers. But I think in Jamaica it's a bit different. A micro, obviously, maximum of 100,000. But I don't want us to focus on the number of followers. Is more so how engaged their communities are. The more bigger established influencers are going to have a bit of a hard time getting a lot of brand collabs, because brands are going to be utilizing their budgets a bit more strategically. They're going to be going to the micro, the nano influencers who have very, very engaged communities and people who actually listen to them, and also marketers think about their budget. They're going to say, okay, if we take $1 million, we can get 5 nano influencers for that money instead of giving
one
the
big
entire.
one.
Exactly. So there's going to be an upsurge in content creators, food bloggers, fashion, all the various industries that align with all of these companies. I'm positive there's going to be an upsurge. Okay,
so Digital Danes, as your company suggests, you give companies and influencers some strategies.
So we're a digital marketing agency. Our mantra is your brand's best friend. The name is derived from the Great Dane, which is a very big dog. So dogs are man's best friend. We are brand's best friend.
Got you. Okay, we can find you where?
So we are on Instagram. We have a website, digitaldanes.co. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn. My email address is carlisle@digitaldanes.co. And we've worked with a lot of brands over the years. We're 6 years, going on to 7. And we help brands to tell their stories, and we help them to thrive in this age of digital transformation.
Well, it's time for it, guys, and you can't hide away from it because, as he said, it's here to stay, right?
Definitely.
Thank you so much for joining us, sir. That was Carlisle Grant, the Managing Director of Digital Danes, giving us some really good information there. Coming up next, guys, Fun Stop. Stay with us.